Unfortunately, he's got him all taped up for me. Looks like that's a smart idea.
That's a holdout?
You know what we call this in Arkansas?
What's that?
Bait. Wow. Yes, sir.
You remember me? I'm John's cousin.
That's right.
I'm Dan Philbrick's undercover agent.
remember.
I'm going to let you do it again.
Okay.
But only for you.
Well, that's okay. Thank you very much. I
Keep up
appreciate
the good work.
Thank you.
You're really coming up.
We are. We're doing well.
Did you hear what Network News said about you
No.
yesterday? You had George Bush's cojones and a sense of humor.
Wow.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, don't know who said it, but fantastic. It's a great crowd. I think it's the chowder that did it.
That's what did it.
I'm sorry.
Hey, Gary.
Rhode Island.
You did okay today, huh?
Oh, that's right. You ran with me.
We had a great time. How you doing? I'm doing great.
I'm Scarborough from Connecticut.
Good to see you guys. So what's happening in Connecticut? Nothing.
Something exciting.
Moving along.
Thanks.
Nice to meet you. I know another governor from Arkansas became president.
I know. We're going to try to do better.
You're going to do better.
That's right.
I'm delighted to be here today, and I hope everybody else is too. This is truly an honor for me, because I want you to know I looked the field over, and lo and behold, my decision was made, and my decision was made to support Governor Huckabee for President of the United States of America. A lot of you who know me know that, I was a wife, I am a mother, a grandmother, and a great-grandmother. My children, my grandchildren, my great-grandchildren mean so much to me. I wanted to hear from somebody who had vision about the future of the people in this country and the country itself. And as I listened and learned, I knew that Mike Huckabee was saying the things that really are close to my heart. I want you to listen to him. I want you to tell your friends what you hear here today. And I want you to give him a standing ovation. Governor Huckabee, President to come very soon.
Thank you, Ruth. Frankly, when you have Ruth Griffin on your team, the best thing to do is just acknowledge that that's Ruth Griffin, she's for me. Now, who it dares be against me, okay? Let's just settle it here and now. I want to say thanks to Bruce for teaching me how to hold a lobster. That's something I don't have a lot of experience with. I think he was kind of making fun of me, Southern boy. We don't have lobsters native to Arkansas. We don't have a seacoast. He's kind of, picking on me for not knowing how. That's all right. Let him come down there and I'll show him how to noodle a catfish. I do understand something about that. I noticed catfish wasn't on the menu. I know where I am. Over the next few weeks, your state, in fact you here in this room, will do something that is a lot more important than simply casting a vote for president. In and of itself, that's important enough. But your vote is like a vote on steroids. And the reason is because the way New Hampshire votes will have a lot to do with how the entire election goes. That's a heady responsibility. A lot is on your shoulders. I've had people come up and say, do you ever stop and think about that if you were to win the presidency, what would be on your shoulders? And the answer is yes, I think I do have some understanding of the incredible responsibility and the immense burden, as well as the honor that would come with that. But I know that I'll never be in that office if folks in New Hampshire don't first give me their confidence. And it's not so much about just saying, okay, which candidate has the best sound bite? Because a consultant can write sound bites and a candidate can get up and mouth it. But you do not need a president who lip syncs his convictions, but one who sings them from the heart. I don't consider myself to have had a hard childhood. I had a great childhood because I lived in this country. And where else on earth could a kid who grew up like me become the 44th governor of his state and end up being a candidate for the presidency of the United States of America? That's what makes this a great country. And the greatness of our country is not because our government is perfect. It's because our people are decent. And it's always been that the American people were the strength and the soul and the heart and the reason that we were able to get through a revolution, a civil war, a depression, 2 world wars. We've always been able to be resilient enough to bounce back from all of the challenges that we faced. But we faced some of the greatest challenges we've ever faced. Radical Islamic jihadists who are so desperate to destroy us.
Ready, 48.
Okay, we'll come get that in just a moment. In a moment, I'll call out for the onion rings and tell you when they're ready. We face an enemy that is so intent on taking us out. Just remember that if they're willing to kill their own children, they're more than willing to kill yours. That ought to tell you what a serious fight we're in. We've got a government that's failed us on many fronts, including not securing our borders. We can't go another 10 years without having a secure border and ending the craziness that says that it's more difficult for you to get on an airplane in your hometown than it is for an illegal to get across the border. And what worries me most is what if that person coming across the border has a shoulder-fired missile or a suitcase dirty bomb? We have to have secure borders in the amnesty and the sanctuary cities and simply say we'll follow the law. We should expect nothing less of our government and demand nothing but that of our government. We've got a tax structure that's driven $10 trillion of U.S. capital offshore. Think about that. Money that's American money, and it's not even in our country. It's not going to work for us. And we're making the Chinese rich and the Indians rich and people all over the world rich. At our expense, we're losing manufacturing because we have a tax system that drives companies somewhere else other than here. When Daimler Chrysler merged, they put their headquarters in Europe, not in the United States. Halliburton moved to Dubai out of the United States. And part of the reason is we've got a tax structure that's worse than that of France. That's kind of embarrassing, isn't it? We tax productivity. And I'm tired of saying, let's tinker with it, let's adjust it, let's tap it with a hammer, let's twist the screwdriver a little bit and make some changes. No, let's get rid of it and start over with a tax system that lets you earn all the money that you make and you pay at the point of consumption. And I want to tell you something, it's a good chance, in fact, it's probably about a 90% chance Hillary Clinton is going to be the nominee on the Democrat side. Nobody running for president, Democrat or Republican, knows her better than me. Nobody. And I'll tell you another thing, nobody has ever run against the Clinton political machine but me. Every election I ever had in Arkansas, I was running against the headwinds of the Clinton political operation. And Bill and Hillary both came back and campaigned for my opponent and raised money for my opponent every time I was on the ballot. And you know what? I didn't beat them just once, not twice, not 3 times, but 4 times. I'd like to do it one more time to round it off. Thank you very much. Great to be here today. Thank you. Thank you.